Hello again, everyone. I know I just made a video yesterday, and you're probably already sick of my face, but today is January 18th, and that means I am 6 months on T, and I thought that was worth mentioning or something. It's been kind of a whirlwind of 6 months, and I find it very, very hard to believe that it's been that long because part of me feels like no time has passed at all, but then I look back at all the things that have happened and all the things that I've done, and especially looking back at my old videos and realizing how much I've changed, it's really mind-boggling to me. Just speaking about my appearance and my voice specifically, I'm completely different, and it's hard for me to look at those old videos because I genuinely don't recognize that person, and I don't remember ever looking or sounding like that, and I don't understand for the life of me how I thought I passed back then, but I really did, which is crazy. But yeah, so much has happened in these past 6 months, and the one thing I do remember quite clearly is how nervous I was to start testosterone, and when I first thought that I might want to, I called to make an appointment with my endocrinologist, knowing that it would be several months in the future. And I had about, I want to say 5 or 6 months of a wait for an appointment, maybe even longer, if I remember correctly. And so I wasn't sure when I made that appointment, but I knew that I could always cancel and that I had that time to think really, really seriously about whether or not I wanted to start hormones. And I was still unsure the day I went in for my appointment. I was still unsure the day that I got my prescription. I was still unsure the day I picked up my prescription, and I was still unsure the day my friend showed me how to inject. And ever since that day, on July 18th, I have not looked back. And every day since then, I have, without fail, been grateful for the fact that I had hormones accessible to me, and I have been proud of myself for making that decision, because through all the things that have happened in the past 6 months, good or bad, I know that this decision was for the better, and I have not regretted it once since that day 6 months ago. So I'm really proud of myself for being able to do that and make that decision. I kind of wanted to make a video with like a cool montage about changes and shit like that, but as we all know, I don't know how to edit. So to make up for that, I thought I would just tell you guys 10 random and potentially interesting things about myself that you might not otherwise have known. I have a list here so I don't forget anything. Okay, so number 1. When I was younger, I played very competitive high-level soccer, pretty much at the highest level you could get in Montreal without being on the national team. And the league and team that I played for were crucial in making women's soccer in Montreal more accessible and more competitive, and I'm very proud of that. Number 2, I, at some point in my life, hopefully soon, would love to live in either England or California. I know that those are two very opposite places, but I have had a fascination with both of them since I was very, very young, and I would love the opportunity to live in one of those places, or both of those places at some point in my life. Number 3, when I was about, I want to say 15 years old, my best friend and I thought it was a fantastic idea to film our own version of Jackass. We still have the video, although it's buried somewhere in our house, but it involves things as pointless as biking down a snow-covered hill on a bike with no brakes and rollerblading on an ice rink. Number 4, I can recite the entire advertisement for Vitamita Vegemin. If you don't know what I'm talking about, shame on you. Number 5, when I was growing up, my cousin that lived in California would come visit my sister and I every summer, and we would always put on a show for our parents at the end of the summer, which included several Disney songs, Backstreet Boys songs, and other embarrassing things. And we would start off the show with a skit, an original skit, every year about 3 characters we made up. And they were 3 clumsy janitors named Ickbum, Stickbum, and Vicbum, and we still call each other by those names occasionally. Number 6, I have a completely irrational and paralyzing fear of sharks. I have never encountered a shark before, so I don't know why I'm so afraid of them, but the fear is to the extent that if I see a picture of one unexpectedly, my heart rate increases significantly. Number 7, I have come uncomfortably close to dying on 3 separate occasions, one of which was in Cuba. Number 8, since I read the first 3 Harry Potter books in grade 4, I have reread each of them every single year and every single time a new book came out. So that means that I have read the first 3 books 12 times each at least, and the last 4 books at least 7 times, which means I have read a Harry Potter book, if my math is correct, at least 64 times, and that's ridiculous. Number 9, I have 2 tattoos. One of them is behind my ear. I don't know if you guys can actually see it. And the other one is on my arm. And I'm planning on getting several more, 2 of which are already planned. I just have to find an artist that I like. And number 10, a few years ago, I was involved in the removal, potentially illegal removal, and disposal of a speed bump on my street because my friends and I were annoyed by it. So yeah, that's 10 interesting, maybe interesting, but random things about me. Hope that was enjoyable. I'm going to make some comparison photos on my Tumblr, so I'll put the link in the crotch area. Hope you guys are having a great week, and happy 6 months to me, yay!